let's say for whatever reason, Brad doesn't get it. He's clueless. He doesn't know how to add 7 plus 3. He doesn't know how to add 8 plus 2. All Brad knows how to do is count to 10. Well, then don't use it, Brad. You understand? But Brad, you should at least be able to do the split without splitting, right? Because you can clearly put sleeper berth in your log and stay in the sleeper for 8 in a row out of your 10, right, Brad? Get it?
Right.
But I'm sorry you don't know how to count to 10 using multiples of 8 and 2 and 7 and 3 or 9 and 2 or 7 and 4. That's not my problem. Now, TJ, you know how to count 8 plus 2 or 8 plus 3 or 7 plus 3. You understand? You're clear that the sleeper berth needs to be in a row with the big one and the little one can be whatever you want. You understand? But you don't understand period number 1 versus 2. You're having a hard time counting through 1, ending at 2, and restarting at the end of 1 and counting again. Do you see where you're not tracking? You don't understand where to count. Well, you have an ELD. What ELD do you have, TJ?
You just keep trucking.
Perfect. Keep Trucking knows how to use the split. So if TJ drives, right? Let's just say TJ drives, and we're going to go back to this one. Let's say TJ drives and gets to this, and this is a shipper receiver that delayed TJ. You got it so far, TJ? They delayed you. Then you drive and you hit your 11. Put yourself in sleeper for 7 hours and 1 minute and set your alarm. Got it, TJ? Set your alarm. If you don't know how to count, if you don't know how to count it, it's fine. Keep Trucking is going to give you back some driving and some time towards your 14. How much? 11 minus whatever's in between them. If you start counting here, whatever's in between this period and this period, that's what they're going to take away from your 11. Whatever's between this one and this one, that's what they're going to take away from your 14. So when TJ wakes up and turns his ELD on, it's going to give him 7 hours of driving, okay? 7. And it's going to give you 10 towards your 14, but TJ doesn't understand that. So TJ, guess what? It's magic. Let the ELD do this magic for you. You understand? All you need to know is if you had this 3-hour break, do 7:01 in the sleeper, turn your alarm on, turn your ELD on, whatever it says you get, go ahead. You get it, TJ?
Yep.
If you know you have 7, TJ, guess what you can do tonight when you hit your 11 or your 14? Set your alarm for 3 hours and 1 minute. Wake up and guess what? TJ, it's magic. You're going to get some more time back again. TJ can go from New York to California, letting the device count for him. And every time you wake up, TJ, it's magic. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Now,
yeah, that's great.
Now, Eric, you're the smartest one on this call. Eric.
Yeah.
Hey, Keener, we're not doing Camion at 2. Are we doing it at 2:30?
Correct. 2:30.
All right, perfect. So Eric is the smartest one on this call. Guess what Eric can do? He knows period number 1. He understands period number 2. He knows he counts at the end of 1 through the new 1 to the second one. He understands that anything between these 2 periods gets taken away from his 14 and 11. Eric gets it, and Eric can plan his life around it. So who's the most efficient person on this call? Eric. Who's the next most efficient? TJ. Who's the one that just the box of rocks and can't figure it out? I'm sorry, Brad, that's you in this scenario. Right? But here's the deal. Someday, TJ, guess what, TJ? You know what's going to happen with you someday? Someday, it's going to click for you. And it's no longer going to be magic because you understood the magic trick. And it's no longer magic. It's just a trick, right, that you can use in your toolbox. Brad, someday he might really want to sit down and figure it out. You know why? because Eric's driving a Beamer, TJ's driving a slightly older F-150 truck, and Brad Allen here is driving a 1996 Buick LeSabre because he's not making as much as everybody else. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding.